All right, crypto resuming its rally. Bitcoin climbing above 26,000 for the second time this week. We're on track for the best week that we've seen in just over 2 years. We want to bring in David Hollerith to break down the action that we've seen. And David, it seems like investors are turning to crypto in a time where there's so much uncertainty.
Yeah, Shauna, I mean, we saw Bitcoin begin to rise a lot yesterday, and this was around the time, where the U.S. banking system, was getting sort of this infusion we were seeing with First Republic, and it's hard ever to figure out what exactly is driving the Bitcoin price. But it's continued that rally into today, and Bitcoin's been achieving new price highs, or sort of, for the past couple of weeks. Obviously, the end of last year was pretty rough for it. That being said, when the Silicon Valley Bank seizure happened exactly a week ago, we saw it plummet over uncertainty around how that might impact the market. And there's the industry in the U.S. has had, its two major banking partners close. So now at this point, it's at a very interesting point, as stocks are also rallying, particularly technology stocks. So there's that. And there's there's sort of a growing camp of people who are looking at, what's going on in the U.S. banking system and trying to anticipate what the Fed might be doing from here on out. So that's in play too. But in general, this is a really interesting time to pay attention to Bitcoin, as it was created, at least arguably, during the 2007 to 2009 financial crisis. And during that period, I mean, the idea was that to create a currency and banking solution that was out of the reach of governments. And obviously that's an interesting thing here, because you can look at how Bitcoin may have benefited from the government stepping in to backstop some of these banks in a certain way, if you just track it with the price. So it's a very interesting time. I mean, I think that the thing that needs to be paid attention to is that Bitcoin is right now, it makes 46% of the total crypto market, and it hasn't achieved that high since June 2022. And during that time, crypto was sort of dealing with its own credit crisis, and that was seen as a flight to safety. And at this point, it doesn't seem like investors are scared as much, but it does seem like Bitcoin is rallying a lot more than the other coins.
And Dave, crypto-related stocks, Coinbase is reportedly in talks with clients about a new overseas venue. What's the significance behind this potential move?
Yeah, using three unnamed sources, Bloomberg put this story out today. And this is basically that institutional clients were said to be approached by Coinbase for potentially doing, what we would consider in the U.S. to be an offshore trading venue. And international expansion for Coinbase has been something they've been doing for years. Like Robinhood, for example, which is trying to launch in the UK by the end of the year. They've made that commitment. These companies, like their mission is, in so many words, to democratize finance. That's really only achieved by going all over the world, especially in places where banking or local currencies aren't hitting the mark as much. But Coinbase obviously is dealing with a few other things. It's already in 100 countries. So this is different in that they're talking about creating an actual different operating entity, is what it sounds like from the information we have. Obviously, it's not really been extrapolated for us by Coinbase. They've declined to comment. But, we'll want to pay attention to this, especially in light of the fact that U.S. regulatory crypto legislation has not really been moved forward, and it has progressed in other countries, such as in Europe and Asia.
Coinbase is up 12% right now, up 43% over the last 5 days. David Hollerith, thanks so much for joining us.